One of my coworkers died 2 days before her retirement. She was good people. We were all ready with a, more or less secret retirement party. Champagne, cake, the works. Not because it was something mandated. Just because she was loved and we wanted to do something nice for her. Not even a bad organization to work for. She loved it. We love it. Good place to work for. But still, she spent 30+ years working for this place. And even while she was appreciated, was paid well, had a good gig, and all that, and yet, 2 days before she could enjoy the fruits of all she had done, just gone. She was a colleague, a friend even. She even loved her job and even within a great team. In the end, it didn't amount to anything other than a payout to the people she left behind. I am so sorry for you in this loss. Truly. Sounds like she was a person who lived each day though. I knew a woman who retired seemingly healthy and left almost immediately for a cruise and then a months-long trip to Scotland following the cruise. She'd never really traveled and her heritage was Scottish. Bucket list trip. She took very ill on the cruise to the point she had to be taken off the ship. Pancreatic cancer. Cancelled the Scotland trip to enter treatment. Dead 5 weeks after retirement. Never saw Scotland. Wild stuff. Tomorrow is never promised. I am sorry for your loss. I hope you hold on to good memories of her and share them with your friends, family, and coworkers. Celebrate the life you have by tweaking your priorities. Spend more time leisurely. Practice socializing. Spend less time at work. Take your vacation days now. Use all of them for an adventure even on a small budget. Even if it is a staycation and you explore locally. Or tackle a project at home. Spend time with those you love. And experience the joys of life with them. All of us only get one shot at this life. So let's make the best of it. I had a coworker die a month before her retirement. She was loved by everyone. She had a succulent, so we each got pots of dirt and took a few leaves from her plant, and now they are all starting to grow. It's small, but it keeps her presence around in a positive way. She almost retired a few years ago. Really wish she would have. My condolences. I would have a memorial service at work, like on a Friday, and get approval for everyone to have the rest of the day off. But my job, everyone is salaried and we are mental health workers. So they would approve it with their eyes closed. I've worked for corrections since early December. 2 staff at our facility have died at home sleeping. Sad all the way around. Get busy living. We had a guy die to COVID 10 days before retirement. My sympathies to those who cared for this person. Similar experience at a company I worked for years back. Admin retired after 35 years. Ready to tour the country with spouse in fancy RV after denying themselves most every vacation, other than camping. 2 weeks after she retired and right before they were to hit the road, he passed from a massive heart attack. Object lesson. Schedule vacations and enjoyment as you are able. Tomorrow is not guaranteed or promised. Purple heart throwing kisses. Did you still have a party for her? More of a wake. Really? I guess? Or was it all, she's dead, get back to work? Quote. Sorry to hear this. Take care of yourself, friend. In the end, it didn't amount to anything other than a payout to the people she left behind. That, my fellow human, is the sad reality of dying while still working. If nothing else, remember her when you look ahead at your own existence. Try to get out as early as you can. And go to the things you want to do, instead of the things you have to in order to get by. I'm thankful every single day that I was able to get out early. Doubly so because not long after, we found out about my wife's medical condition that required attention. I cannot imagine what it would have looked like if I had to juggle work, appointments through it all. I try to retire a little bit every day. I'm sorry to hear this. Seems like this always happens to the best people. We had a guy at my old job who worked there for 25 years before retiring. On his last day, he left early, went home, sat down in his recliner, and died. She was a colleague, a friend even. She even loved her job, and even within a great team, she was appreciated, was paid well, had a good gig, and all that. In the end, it didn't amount to anything other than a payout to the people she left behind. Disagree a bit here with that last statement. She loved her job. She liked who she worked with, and they liked her. Just because it's technically work doesn't mean you can't enjoy your time or your coworkers. I'm against soul-crushing, grinding work. But when you actually enjoy the job and are paid reasonably, it's such a different situation. If this person had plans for their retirement, it's sad they weren't able to have those experiences. But ultimately, for a lot of folks, the end of a happy career is often a net negative on their emotional well-being. I've seen it with a lot of older guys retiring. They love the job, and when it ends, they're adrift. I'll also say, unfortunately, there are worse things than a quick death. I'm sorry to hear that terribly sad story. I think the stress of such a big change in her life just was too much for her. In a way, she was living to work, not working to live. A lot of people are like that. That is a really sad story. You never know what old age will bring. And these companies want to suck us dry until that risky age. The guy I replaced died suddenly just a few months after we had wrapped up training. He had not even retired, just moved jobs. I think he was still planning another 5 or 10 years. You hear about these stories all the time, but it's so surreal when it finally happens close to you. We had this plumber that always did plumbing work for us. He finally retired, took a vacation. He passed shortly after coming back. I want to say he didn't last more than 2 months after retirement. Tragic man. Big time. Well, we're going to get to a point where they will raise the retirement age to where only a small percentage of people will live long enough to be eligible for it. If it even exists still. Sorry that she never got to retire. To her family and friends, I am sure she earned it. Also for your and her family's loss of that opportunity as well. Best wishes. In Sweden we have a saying, the last suit does not have any pockets. Live while you can.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.